Okay, today we're going to talk about character, right? But I have a code that was being given by a friend many years ago that I always liked that code and I kept it for the past 35 years. Ability might get you to the top, but it takes character to stay there. And let's talk about that. What does that mean? Character, right? I see people have great ability to succeed, to do something quickly. That sometimes they don't think they need to work as hard, or maybe they think they get better or they're better, and they start seeing people down, and so they lose focus of continue to improve, continue to grow. Because when you think I don't need more help, or I got it, how do you get better when you don't think there's nothing else to improve, right? So think about it. Don't stop growing because you think, hey, I'm good, I don't need help. You can help somebody that doesn't think he needs help, and trust me, we're always learning. And make sure you always have the mindset. It's always about continue to grow, but also the ability. Sometimes you get there and then you stop. You stop because you think you're gonna outsmart the process, your work ethic, or your ability. Because you know what, I made it. I'm good. I don't need to do this anymore. Or I got better. So your ego gets on your head because now you think you there, and you stop. What's gonna help you get to the top is the same thing is gonna help you to stay there. Think about it, right? You got there doing certain things, and now that you are there, you don't think you need to do it anymore. And that doesn't make any sense because remember, you need to stay there by doing the same thing that got you there. So don't stop doing it. But the one that really bothers me is when you start making money and now money changes who you are because you're receiving more, you achieve certain success, now you get money, now money changes. And now you see people differently with a different lens. And that's the one that really bothers me because I don't understand, why do you think you have to look down to people because you have success? Or you change because now you see you better than people or better people. And that's to me the one that really resonates with me is don't let money change who you are, or don't stop doing things because you achieve success or money. Think about it, right? So character, it goes different ways. It comes from ego early. Maybe it gets success and you get there and see different. I see with money. I see with work ethics. I see so many times where people's perspective change or the way they see things change. And that's the one I always say, hey, think about it. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget how you began, because that's how you're going to stay up on top. So think about it, right? Ability might get you to the top, but it takes character to stay there. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the little bit of the story back in the 80s. And I don't know why I always go in the 80s, but guess that's what happened. I started on the 80s on the service industry, and I had to talk about the 80s because that's my beginning. And man, talking about the difference. 80s, wow, definitely was rough because people, it's you had to talk your way in and somehow stay there and talk, and I guess that's just the way it was back then. It was rough because it's about who can say more or do more, and it was just kind of rough. So I don't know if lie is the right word that I want to say, but people had to say. I see so many people say stuff, do stuff, and I was like, wow. Think about it, you had to go sell things at the door. You knock at the door, say, "Hey, I'm here to sell you something," right? Whether it was back in the days, selling vacuums, pots, or any type of service that was knocking on the door, and you had to talk to people, and you had to convince them, hey, this is a good product, so sell. So it was, you had to talk, and maybe I don't know. So it was different, but on the process, there's something that I discovered. I was obviously had limited of my English, so me talking it was not gonna be my way because I couldn't even speak English well. I still don't, but at least I communicate a little better. But how about being genuine? How about tell somebody, hey, my name is this, and I'm here to serve you or help you or make a difference, and being genuine of your intentions. And I think that was the first part that I noticed, that sometimes you had to be genuine and say, hey, this is what I have to offer. This is some of the benefits, and let me show you some ideas, some concepts that can benefit. Because I started doing the drain service, and the drain service, back in the days, nobody wanted to do drains. Everybody say, I'm a plumber, I'm a certified plumber, I don't do drains. And to me, that's how getting the trays through the drains. Nobody wanted to do drains. I say, well, that was my opportunity through the drains. So I'm a certified plumber, I don't do drains. And I say, well, that's my opportunity. So think about perspective. Some people might think it's a problem. For somebody else, there might be an opportunity. And that was my opportunity. So think about drains. Now drains, everybody wants to do drains. Kind of ironic. Nobody wanted to do drains. Everybody wanted to do plumbing. Now it's the opposite. Everybody wants to do drains and nobody wants to do plumbing. You figure that out. But guess what? Serving and helping is always going to be in demands. But creating value for people, that's how you're going to succeed. How do you create value? Through your service and products. Think about it, right? So make sure you know what people need and wants, and you communicate the best possible way, and let them know the benefits of it, and let them decide. Think about it. That's how we communicate here at Power Pro. Serving, helping, and giving the people the right information so they make the right decision. That's today's. Back in the 80s, it's like, man, I have about 2 minutes of your attention, and listen, I have this. Knocking on the door and say, hey, you want to buy something? And then talk about sales, right? But sales? How about service? Sales, I say if you provide service, sales come with it. But you have to be genuine along the way. All right, here we go. There's another subject today. Is attitude. Woo! That's one of my favorites. Sorry. Attitude. Now, I'll tell you what. Some people see it as an opportunity. Some people see it as a problem. But what does that mean? Well, it's perspective. How do you see it? You think it's a problem? You think it's an opportunity, right? Think about it, right? So, but let's go back a little bit and think about perception. What's perception? It's what you see. I grew up certain beliefs. I grew up doing certain things, or I grew up seeing things. So guess what? That's your perception, and that's gonna be your true. And that's from there you're gonna see how you see, and anything different, how do you gonna view? That's what I call perspective. Perspective is outside of you. It's others. It's learning. It's open mind, because perception is what's you. Perspective, it goes around you, and sometimes what you see, you're going to be it as a problem, as an opportunity, but also you're going to see, that's how attitudes build. Attitude is going to build how you see it. How do you process? How you go about it? So think about attitude is perspective. But sometimes we see a certain way and we don't understand that from us, outside of our comfort. So think about it, but also humble, humility. When you are open, when you have open to see something, open to hear something, open to learn something, you have to have humility. And that's what I always talk about. Understand humility, boom. Your perception, no, your perspective, because that's how you're going to see, and that's how attitude gets built, because now you see it as an opportunity, and now you're ready to learn. Think about it, right? Opportunity, problem, perception, perspective. You tell me, because your perspective is going to show how you see it, and how you see, maybe you see it as a problem. So attitude is how you see it. Think about it, right? But also serving, helping. Serving, helping, creating value in people. That's opportunity, but you have to give the opportunity. It's almost like you have to give for you to receive it. Think about it, right? And we always want to see what's in for me, instead of show you, look, this is what I can do. Let me show you how I can help you. Let me see things you need. things you want, and let me give you the information you need so you to make the right decision. Talk about it. That's creating valuable products and services. That's what I'm talking about. That is sales today. But of course, we don't like to listen, right? Sometimes you have to ask questions. Sometimes you have to listen. And when you listen, you might be able to help somebody understand what they need and they want. But you have to have the right mind, the right attitude to serve. And that's what I go having those gifts, not gifts, but those willing to put the effort and time that takes to give somebody what they need or what they want, and having the right mind to serve somebody. That's service, that's mindset, that's attitude. But there you go. It is also sales. Yeah, so let's talk about over 27,000 positive reviews. People think that's impossible. I'll tell you what, we do have over 27,000 positive reviews because we've been doing reviews since I think 2005, 2006. Way before reviews, we're getting reviews. And then people start complaining about reviews. I say, well, tell you what, reviews gonna tell the story. It could be a good one, or it could be a bad one. Which side do you want? But reviews are your story. Reviews are your outcomes. Reviews is what you give him. And sometimes you might get one or two that maybe a little bit unfair. For us, 27,000 reviews, it tells the story. It tells the story how we go about our service, how we go about our business. So 27,000 positive reviews. Yeah, that is a milestone for us, but also for anybody. I believe we're on the top, 10 companies on the United States when it comes on the plumbing service, AC service, home service, 27,000 positive reviews. Yeah, we're very proud. But that was for the past 20-something years that we're doing reviews. So yeah, that's why we got 27,000. So guess what? That tells the story. Great people, great service, every time, all the time. Have you heard a jingle? That's so cool. That tells the story of Power Pro. So now you know how we got 27,000 positive reviews.